Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we join you from a park, from nature, from outside. Mm-hmm. This is the first time we've been outside in our entire lives, and we thought we would document this.
It's pretty monumental.
And do a podcast while we're out here. Very monumental, thank you. So I'm joined by my girlfriend, co-host, debutante of the ball.
You say that one a lot.
Sexually explicit.
Hanging around in your head, the debutante. Did you have a deb as a...
I was the one, we've had this conversation.
No, you said you had a ball.
I was the belle of the ball.
That's different to a deb.
I was the belle of the ball. I was like voted belle of the ball.
Deb is different.
Or beau of the ball, whatever it's called, the male one.
No, debutante is when all of the girls wear like basically wedding dresses because it's like they're
wear a wedding dress. Anyway, come on, back on track. So we are here today to talk about friends, also relationships. I want to talk about sex and all that kind of stuff, but about the concept of finding people that are easy or make it easy to like them. Mm-hmm. Let me rotate my beautiful little body here a little bit. So you were someone that was very easy to like from the very first moment that I met you. You made it very easy to like you. You were very sweet. You were very submissive. You were very pleasant to be around. You were adorable. And I think as time has gone on, myself plus you as well in our dating together, I've tried to find girls that make it very easy to like them. It's definitely something that I screen for. And I think you and I, when we date and sleep with girls together now, that's like I'd say we rank that as highly as, are we attracted to her? Like, how hot is she? And
it's one of the most important things I find, that we actually like them as...
Does she make it easy to like her? So it's not even just do we like her, it's how pleasant to be around is she? How kind is she? Does she make it easy to hang out with her? Is she affectionate? Does she reply to all of your text messages in a timely fashion? All of that kind of stuff that I think at the start you care less about. At the start, all you're really focused on is she hot?
Yeah, but I think what we have found, especially with the girls that we've dated, is some of the most attractive girls that we've seen have been the most annoying to deal with, just in terms of not replying to messages or being a bit hot and cold. And you get sick, at least I have gotten pretty sick of that pretty quickly.
Yeah, like hotness only takes you a certain
like literally
distance.
Maybe the first or second meeting. And then after all, it's like, you're annoying. I cannot be bothered.
Yeah, and I think that's something that it's one of those like advanced player problems. Like once you've slept with or dated enough people, you care more about like, are they going to annoy the crap out of me? Are they actually fun to be around? Is this the kind of person I want in my life? Because you realize like I could just go and have more sex at any point that I want. I can bring in infinite people, not infinite, but like if I put in
as you ever need.
Yeah, until I would run out of slots in my calendar or something and my penis would hurt. Like there's ample opportunity to meet people and attractive people that you're really, really, really into. You do start to screen for something a little deeper than that.
And I think part of that is also when sex stops becoming like a huge priority. Like when it's more a maintenance thing in the background, it's then when you have a lot less patience for it. Because when it's this just kind of peripheral thing that you have going on, it's a lot harder to invest a lot of time and energy into that. And obviously people that aren't easy to get along with require more time and energy.
Yes. Yeah, and so that's a big part of like, what do we mean when we say someone that's easy to get on with? Someone that replies to your text messages within like a day, let's say, or half a day. Like as soon as they see it, basically. You know, we've all met people. I don't know if guys are just as bad as girls at this. I don't. Girls keep telling me that they are, and so maybe I'll just trust that. So let's just say any guys out there listening, like, who don't reply to chicks within like a day, just fucking...
You're letting down all men.
Yeah, you're disappointing me, okay? Reply a little quick. Anyway, do whatever you want, but yeah, replying in a timely fashion, things like that. Having a calendar that's free or putting effort into seeing you, because that's another thing that, you know, a lot of people that you date, especially if it's casual, are not going to put effort into seeing you. They might really like you. When you meet, you might have the most amazing time ever, but they're just like a disorganized person. Or maybe sex and dating just isn't a high priority for them. Or maybe you're not a high priority for them and they'll see you every like couple of weeks or so, but it's very on and off again. And they will flake on you. Like, God, flakiness is a thing that you then start screening for as well. Like you screen out flaky people. At the start, you don't care. If she's hot, you think, oh, she's allowed to flake on me because she's hot. After a while, you're just like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm not flakiness is the one thing that I think we will screen out more than anything else. If she's flaky a couple of times, it's like, no.
It's the most annoying. It's like when you've scheduled something, you put in your calendar, we put time aside when we've got a lot going on.
Because we're so busy, yeah.
And then that kind of gets cancelled and plans get disrupted, and you've probably already cancelled a few things to make time for this thing. That gets pretty frustrating pretty quickly.
Yeah, I could have done a coaching call that day, or I could have done a podcast, but we were planning to see you and you didn't show up. Yeah, I don't even think we put up with that even once anymore. Yeah. Like if she flakes, if she wants to reschedule the first date or something, I think we'd just be like, no, thank you. Like,
yeah,
I think that's a pretty hard no. And go.
I was going to say, I think a lot of this stuff very much applies to
I was going to say friends. Exactly what you just said,
And that's where I've probably had the most experience, especially since we've been moving around a little bit for the last couple of years. I have zero drama friendships.
Me too, yeah.
I can't even envisage a world in which there's drama and things going on, which is funny because even some of my friends will mention drama with other friends that they have. But I think also, I know I'm getting a little bit distracted. There's dogs in this park.
There's dogs that are going to attack us in half a second, yeah.
I think part of this as well is also the energy that I'm putting out. Because as I mentioned, some of my friends have expressed that they've had drama going on with other friends that they have. But I think because I'm just pretty not fussed by so many things and I put out a very chill, positive, happy energy, I'm not screening in those people in my life. And or maybe even that
it's more that you screen them out directly.
Or even that I'm diffusing situations that maybe other people would kind of create drama and it would cause problems.
Yes.
By being more laid back and myself being somebody that's easy, I would like to think easy to get along with, then...
I think you are, yeah, for sure.
I kind of create more situations in which things go smoothly.
Yeah. I think we're both very low drama people. I don't know how much of that you got from me or if you were just always going to be. It's hard to know really, right? And I definitely got it from... I was already kind of like that, but a big part of it came from Caleb Jones, who really did give me permission to just screen out all drama, with women, with friends, with all of that kind of stuff. I think life's just a hell of a lot smoother. We're definitely very distracted right now. There's two big dogs here that are very distracting, but...
I'll give them pats if they come over here.
They can come over for a pat if they want to. Back on track. Low drama, people that make it easy to like them. Yeah, I think at this point we screen very much for people that make it easy to like them. Another way to phrase that is low drama.
Yeah, and I think another factor that goes in to making somebody easy to like them is also just being on the more positive side.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not negative, not necessarily
we do not
talking
date
shit about other people.
Yeah, God, yeah.
And I guess also not too... I get there's like a fun, playful sort of bantering energy, but I know that for a lot of people that can border on mean, and there's certain people where it's like a lot of the time it feels like they're insulting you, and I think for some people that's their way of being friendly.
Yeah.
But I definitely screen those people out of my life because I don't enjoy that energy, and that's what I mean. I guess part of this is also personal preference in terms of what we find makes it easy to like somebody, what at least I like in a person, that like friendly, laid back, positive sort of energy.
You're always going to know if they have here's one I screen for. You're going to know if they have a problem with you because they will tell you directly, like rather than being passive aggressive or keeping it within. And I think for a lot of guys, they definitely want their male friendships to be like that. They want their guys to just be able to say like, yo bro, like I'm not happy with you right now, okay, let's fix it, rather than this passive aggressive energy. Like I don't think many people like that, but we apply that absolutely to dating as well, not just my male friendships. Like if a girl won't communicate, no, that's absolutely a deal breaker. If she has a problem with us, but she won't say it, or if she's not happy about something, if she wants something to improve or she wants to try something different and she can't tell us, yeah, that's a deal breaker. And we generate that. Like what I mean is we encourage that from the very start. Yeah. We will have literal conversations saying, yo, tell us.
Yeah, we initiate a lot of the conversations.
Initiate. Yeah.
So I think part of it is also not just screening for the people you want, but also being the one to go first.
Yep.
And encouraging certain behaviors.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, finding people that are easy to get along with is as much to do with you as it is the other people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, all of this is stuff that you can initiate. Any guys listening, women as well, but especially you guys listening, this is stuff that you initiate. Like if you want low drama people in your life, you have to be the one to go first. If you want people to be honest with you and just say how they feel without any passive aggressive shit, you have to go first. If you want someone to reply to your text messages a little quicker, sometimes you have to say, listen, hey, I know you have shit that you're doing, but, you know, do you think you could reply within a day to my messages? If not, if you think that's something you can't give me, please be honest. Like, I can't make you do that. I can't control you, but just tell me, because that's not what I'm looking for. Or, you know, you just gently encourage it. You'll be surprised how many people go like, oh, fuck, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can do that. I can definitely give you that. So a lot of the time, this stuff that you might want, it's not about just having this long checklist of things that you require from your friends or from women. Sometimes you have to communicate it. Like, we're not encouraging... It's not that you have to have this long checklist of all of these things that you want ticked. And we definitely do have long checklists, especially for women that we date. There's a lot of boxes, but some of that stuff is stuff that you can ask them for or encourage them on. Like, you don't have to just say, hey, you take too long to reply to my text, bye. You can say, hey, do you think you could reply quicker? Or, hey, you flake too much. No, I'm not dealing with that. Like, bye. In those cases, sometimes we've said, like, especially in the past, you know, look, our calendars are very busy. If we schedule something in, we had to make plans and move other things around. So if we're going to schedule something, please actually show up. And some of the girls do then go, okay, I'll make more of an effort. Sorry, I didn't realize that you were moving your schedule around. So I think in dating, I especially see this a lot with like red pill circles. They will get very frustrated and combative with women, and they'll go like, you know, man, this bitch is flaking on me. And it's like, but did you do anything to try and not make that happen?
Yeah.
They tend to be almost defeatist, which is funny because they are some of the most masculine communities, and part of masculinity is not being as defeatist. So yeah, you can definitely like take steps to screen for the people you want and also help them be more like what you're looking for if they want to give that. And it's not about being controlling, but just saying, this is what I want. Is this something you could give me? And if they say yes, then great.
Yeah, because I think a lot of what you're mentioning is almost... There's a level of other people not understanding what it is that you're actually wanting.
Yeah, they can't read your mind.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you actually start communicating what it is that you want, quite often people are able to give that.
Yeah, you just ask for what you want and people will definitely give it. I mean, that's the video that we did, 2 days ago when I did the one saying, hey guys, can I have your help? Can you please do some shorts on some of my videos? Can you clip some of my videos? That was, I did that video because we'd had long conversations where I said man, I just wish people, we literally had a conversation where I was like, man, I wish sometimes that my community would help me grow the community a little bit. I definitely feel like it's me and a couple of key players that are growing the community a lot. Ravi being one of them, Cam is another one, even the OGs like Ed and people like that, the moderators on my forum, Crisis Overcomer and Mangelino, people like that. And we had this conversation where I was almost like, man, I wish other people would help. And then it's like, yeah, but have you fucking asked them to?
Do they even know that you want to help?
Yeah, do they even know? And we had the big conversation where I was like, they don't even fucking know. They can't read I'm sitting here like an entitled child. And I wasn't being entitled about it, but it was more, whatever. I'm sitting here like an entitled child wishing that people would help grow the community and stuff. It's like, but they don't know that you want them to. They probably think that you're going just fine and everything's hunky-dory, and it is. The community is growing. We're at 3.2 thousand subscribers on YouTube now. It's growing.
Yeah.
It's never gone backwards. And the rate of growth has always gone up. So it's exponential growth, if anything. But nobody can read your fucking mind. And so you have to put your hand up and say, hey, guys, listen, it would really help me if you would clip some of my videos and make some shorts. I would appreciate that. If you don't want to do that, fine, but I'm going to ask anyway. So, yeah, I think especially when it comes to dating and friends, sometimes you have to say, and you've said this with some of your friends, where it's if they're a bit flaky or maybe they're always late, you sit them down and say, hey, listen, I'm really busy. If we set a hangout or something, if we're going to hang out, can you please either show up or tell me, give me a day's notice so I can just make other plans. I won't be disappointed. I won't be frustrated at you. I won't think of you any less, but just tell me if you're not going to show up. I need to freaking know. So it's just about asking for what you want.
Yeah.
More than anything, yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the payoff is that you have a life that's a lot less full of drama and stress and frustration. Things are just a lot easier, which means you have all of this extra energy that you're not spending on frustrating relationships with people to do other things.
Yeah, I put out with a lot of things in the early couple of years of having sex and friends and all of that. What I mean by that is like, I thought you had to put up with a certain amount of flakiness. I just always thought like women flake, it's what they do. Like, I also put up with like drama. I would put up with like some crazy girls, and it's not necessarily the way I phrase it now. I don't use the word crazy, but like some girls with mental issues. Let's phrase it like that. Some unstable, unhappy women. I thought you had to put up with that stuff. I would put up with very emotional women. I would put up with some women that were passive aggressive and sometimes even aggressive. Like, I just thought that you had to put up with that stuff. And, you know, how many women listening have put up with the same shit? It's like you put up with guys that are, quote, fuck boys. And what we mean by fuck boys is the guys that will lead you along and say, yeah, girl, like one day I'd love a relationship. And just like in his mind, he's like, fuck no, I'm not getting into a relationship with you. But he'll string you along, that kind of stuff. How many times do we put up with something that's not really what we want? Because we just assume that's part of the game, right? And I see this so much, especially the red pill. Love the red pill to bits, but there is so much there where they just say women are always like this. It's just women's nature. And it's like, no, it's some women's nature. You can screen those people out, just like it's some guy's nature to do certain things. You know, none of us would sit here and say like, all men are assholes and they just want sex. It's like, that's absolutely not fucking true. Some guys at this point in their life are just looking for sex. Yes. That's not every single guy though. In fact, I think it's not most guys. Most guys want sex and a little bit of intimacy and building something and all of that kind of shit. So we can often get caught up in this thinking of this is either all I deserve or all that I can get. Or it's
sometimes just like the way of life. I think people just resign to the fact that drama is a part of life and unavoidable.
Oh God, they do,
and it's just this thing that everyone does, and everyone has friends that like are
and you fight and then have makeup sex and
behind your back. And
yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
I think but it is avoidable if you take the actions to screen in the right people
and screen out the people that you don't click with.
Yes.
Yeah. And so in terms of friends, I've got a friendship guide on my website that you can just go and read on like how to make friends. But I talk a lot about how to screen out the friends that are drama or will bring drama. Obviously, almost all of my dating content is very low drama. I'm like, that's my main mission with our dating life, and the advice that we give is how to have sex or get into a relationship, whatever it is you're looking for, how to have sex and intimacy in a low drama way that's as efficient as possible with as I won't say least effort, but as efficient as possible is how I'd phrase it. And I think we've built both of our lives like that. It's how I'm building the financials, which is why, you know, I did the video a couple of days ago. I think a big part of the reason why we have taken this long, it hasn't been that long, but why we weren't an overnight success in terms of money, let's phrase it like that, is because I very much wanted to do it with low drama, which means very little emotional manipulation, very little sales techniques. And like, you know, you don't go onto my page and it's like, the coaching is $50,000. No, cross that out. It's now like this. No, cross that out. For the next 12 hours, it's this. And yes, I've had sales periods and stuff like that, but they are a temporary sale. It's not like a permanent sale. I'm not using those kind of like marketing techniques in terms of like the content that we do. We focus on giving value above all else. Mm-hmm. In terms of the actual, what the coaching looks like, I'm trying to clear my calendar. I want to do as little coaching as I possibly can. I want to just have the group coaching. And at some point I want Cam to handle that. So I am eventually moving away from coaching. I think because of that, that's been why it's been such a slow build up, because I don't want to do the things that will take more drama, I guess you'd say. That's not the right way of phrasing it.
It's more like effort and energy.
More commitment.
Things.
Yeah. And I think we, in our dating lives, and it's not that we don't commit to girls, because we definitely do. It's not that. It's low drama. We have a very, maybe you can say I have, and then I've put that on you or given that framework to you. We have a very, I know what I want, especially when it comes to dating or sex, and friends as well. I've always been very sure of what I want, like low drama, low effort, don't want bullshit. Yes, I put up with bullshit in the past, but over the last like 5 years, it's been like, no, I don't want any fucking drama. The same stuff with the coaching. It's like, no, I want to just have one day a week where I do the group coaching calls and then answer the Facebook messages and leave people voice messages and give them answers and all of that on a couple of other days. And have it very structured so that I know, okay, 3 days a week I'm going to be working in the group coaching program. The rest of the time I have off. Like, I like to be very structured and shit. So I think what we're basically saying is, if you're someone that also that appeals to, like, you love the idea of just being structured and getting exactly what you want, or you love the idea of low drama, or you love the idea of only having people in your life that make it very easy to like them, you're allowed to have that. I think this podcast is us basically giving people permission to do that.
Yeah.
Do I think people are scared to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if that's something that you, like anybody watching, is kind of nervous to do or struggles to actually implement the changes and learn to ask for your what and screen people in and out, like, that is obviously something that you can help with as part of, obviously we're mentioning like the group coaching. And I know that at least from what you've told me, like having the community of guys in the coaching group and almost just having a lot of people giving you permission, like it's one thing to hear it from you and one person, but I think one of the benefits of part of the group is like there's 5-10 guys that are all saying like, no, like, go for what you want, you deserve this, you can do it, basically.
Yeah, half the time it's the other people in the group that have more of an impact than me. I'm just one person saying it. I'm obviously the head of the coaching, I'm the head of this community, so to speak. Like, but when you have like 5 other people saying like, yeah, Andy's right, I did this and it worked, blah blah blah, yeah, it's definitely about that support network.
Yeah, and it feels like everyone is kind of supporting you with
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
what it is that you want.
Yeah. Anything else to add on the topic of finding people that make it easy to like them? Friends, sex, dating?
I think I'd also just mention then that it's not that hard to actually find people that are easy to get along with if you're asking the right questions.
You have to screen for it.
Yeah, and you screen, but like ultimately it's not as if they're some unicorn.
No, I think probably like 30% of people make it ridiculously easy to like them.
And especially if you're actually the one that are giving prompts and asking for what you want.
Yeah.
You almost convert more people into the sort of people that you want to spend time with.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, because there'll be people that, how can I phrase this? There'll be people that are just gonna, whatever vibes you put out, a lot of people will react to that. If you put out the vibes of like, yo, I'm looking for something chill and easy and friendly and fun, and we're both nice to each other and we're positive and we help each other grow. And we're talking about friends and sex and dating here. If you put those vibes out of like, this is what I'm looking for, some people will hear that message, especially if you say it explicitly, which we do. They'll hear that message and they'll go, damn, that sounds fucking cool. You know what? I was actually going to be an asshole, but I'm going to, maybe not an asshole, but I was actually just going to be my usual self. But because you've asked for something casual and chill and friendly and you're saying you want positive vibes, fuck yeah, you know what? It's time for me to level up. Yeah, I think I can do that. I want that too. I just didn't know I was allowed to have that. How many times have we heard from girls, and before I was, we were doing this threesome stuff together, I heard it a million times where a girl would be like, you mean I don't have to do drama? Like when I was just upfront and said exactly what I'm wanting, like I want something casual but ongoing, like, we're going to sleep together, but we can be friends with benefits. I'm into BDSM. How does all that sound to you? Do you want to try all of that? When I was just, and we're still doing it now, obviously, honest and upfront about that, so many of them would say like, holy shit, like you're just saying what you want. Well, okay, well, fuck, I'm just going to say what I want. Yeah, that sounds really good. I want that too. Let's do it. Because you've been so upfront, people rise to the occasion. And so many of them have said, I've never done something like this before. Like, as in, I've never been this honest before. And especially the low drama stuff. I've told this story before. An Asian girl that I went on a couple of dates with, we ended up sleeping together a few times. And on the very first date, I was just very honest with her about a lot of things. I just literally said exactly what I was looking for. And she was very almost confused by it. And she said to me, like, are you lying to me? She said that a couple of times. And I was like, no, like, why would I lie to you? And she's like, but are you being completely honest with me? And I was like, I mean, I'm trying to. I might have maybe made some mistakes, or, sometimes we tell white lies, but I'm trying to be as honest as I can. And she like got up and basically sat in front of me and stared into my eyes and was like, tell me the truth. Are you really like being honest? And I was like, yes. And she was like, but why? And I was like, what do you mean? Because I can't be bothered playing games. And she's like, is this a game? She was like, is this you manipulating me right now? And I was like, no, I really genuinely cannot be bothered playing games anymore. And I opened up to her and I said, look, in dating in the past, I held back. I was very withdrawn. I saw women as the enemy and they saw me as the enemy. I would be passive aggressive and manipulative and all of that. And I was never really just open and upfront. And that hurt. It was effort. It was pain. It was just too much drama and bullshit. And I can't be bothered anymore. And she kind of relaxed and she's like, I've never heard anyone say they don't want to play games. No one's ever told me they don't want to play games. Like, games are kind of the default. So a lot of people will rise to the occasion even if there's someone that usually plays games. And that's why I see this a lot where, you know, I mentioned it to you. I saw it just this morning on Twitter. Someone had tweeted, like a red pill or a masculinity guy had basically said, women will never reciprocate a man's niceness. Like, if a man is nice to a woman, she will never reciprocate it. And I was just like, that's just not my experience. Like, every woman I've been with has reciprocated it because I went first. Okay, I won't say every woman, but...
No, but the ones that don't, you didn't...
I just say goodbye, go away, yeah. And so I think a lot of what happens where guys will sit there and argue, especially like, you know, maybe more hardcore men's self-improvement guys will say like, women are like this, women are always like this, women are bad, women do this shit. And it's because that's their worldview and that's the vibes that they're putting out. And a woman's going to hear that. Or if you have that vibe, she's going to sense it. If you literally have the vibe of like, why should I do something nice for her? She's not going to reciprocate it. It's like, then why would she do something nice for you? You're having this energy of like, I'm not going to do something nice for you because you won't do it back. And she's like, well, okay, I guess I won't then. But I have the energy of like, most women are nice. Most people are sweet. Most people will give back to me whatever I give to them, or at least they'll try to give back as much as they can. I have those vibes. I see the good in people, and then people can sense that and they go, wow, this guy sees the good in me. I'm going to rise to the occasion. So, you know, we could get into a whole topic on that. We'll cut this video out in a sec because we wanted to keep it to half an hour roughly, and it's getting pretty much there. Mm-hmm. Anything to add, lady?
I don't think so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, tell us if you like us being outside, actually. Because I know it's an idea that Andy's been...
If the birds weren't too loud, we can find better backgrounds and stuff. This is literally impromptu. We just kind of sat down and... Yeah, I'm just getting a bit sick of being in the podcast room. And I took a little bit of inspiration from this YouTube channel, this guy called Owen Cook, who used to be a pickup artist and now he's like a motivational coach. And he does his videos outside in like really amazing locations with a proper cameraman and shit. So thanks, Owen Cook. I appreciate you. Yeah. On top of that, coaching, sign up for the coaching, pay to win. That's a big thing that I was going to push that we're going to talk about. That's going to be part of my marketing message going forward. I'm going to talk about the fact that so many of the guys will just throw down the money and say, look, let me just pay for this fucking group coaching. Here's the money. Make me win. It's very much like a shortcut, saving yourself like years and years and years of all the pain and all the shit and all the figuring stuff out that I had to go through. And some of the other guys did before they found or they came to my coaching. So it's very much like pay to win. That's a big part of what we're pushing. It's like, you pay us the money, we'll fucking get you the result. And I've said this a million times. I would have killed for something like that back when I was in the Good Looking Loser days. Like Chris, my mentor, just didn't offer coaching, but I would have given anything to just throw money at the problem and say, can you solve this? That's what we're offering.
Yeah.
As always, what do these people need to go out and do?
Go out there and crush your goals.
Go out there and crush your goals. And sign up for coaching too. Otherwise, I'll come and fucking... I'll choke your mum out.
Help them crush their goals.
I won't kiss your mum next time I have sex with her.
That's
if you don't sign up for coaching.
Okay.
I'll leave in the middle of the night and she'll be hurt. Sign up for coaching.
Yeah.